Well, I'm on the trail to my campsite, second wild camp ever. Hopefully this will go a lot better than the first one I did a couple of weeks ago. All I can pray for is no rain. Forecast indicates there's rain tomorrow, light showers, but tonight should be good. Should be fairly good temperature, very low winds, and hopefully that stays like that because the location I've picked, a little bit exposed, but the views from up at the location should be great. So I'm really looking forward to getting up there. It's just a couple of kilometers to walk from the start of the trail. I have actually seen this site. I passed it on one of my previous walks. If you've watched the video that I go down to Karachi Beach, I scout out a little bit of a location. So it would be good for my second camp. Well, that's where I'm going. On this route, there's a couple of other camping spots. Place to pitch a tent that I noticed on the way up. There's one just there. Good decent coverage. A little bit of a view. Across the bay and over to the mainland. But I think I've chosen a great spot for tonight, which we're not that far off now. Just a few more hills to go up and then we should be there. Again, views across the valley, really nice. And up through the pine forest. Well, we've come out the trail. Heart rate's 160. But thankfully, I'm there. I'm almost at the campsite for tonight. Right. Oh, bit of a breeze. So over there I want to try and get. Right. First views going to be looking at tonight. Over the top. Oh, there. Right, I think I should get me tent in here. Not sure about the stones, but a little bit breezy, feel the wind. Ooh, this should be fun. Right, let me get this backpack off. Okay, weighs a ton. Weighed just before I left, 13 kilos, just over 28 pound. Seriously need to look at what I'm taking out on a hike, camping. Need to get that down to about 8 kilos. Especially if I'm going to do the longer hikes. I mean, that should be achievable. I mean, the tent I'm carrying, the Cosmete, is 2.3 kilos on its own. I just ordered a new tent, should get delivered in London, and that's the Durston X-Mid 2, and I think that weighs about 800 grams or something, just under a kilo. So I know it's a trek and pole tent, but I do usually have poles with me when I'm out on longer hikes. Yeah, so that'll be an adventure. But for now, I'm going to get this bag down, get this tent set up, and see where we go from there. Right, I'm all set up. I'm all changed. The old thermals on today. Should be a lot better. Keep me warm tonight, although I'm not expecting it to be that cold. But always err on the side of caution. Right, I'm just going to sit back, enjoy the views, and slowly watch the sun go down. So I've been slowly watching the sunset, but I got about an hour before it gets completely dark. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea. Brought the huge contraption out again. I did actually find a gas canister that will take the screw on, like the BRS and so forth. So I only probably had that, the 500 gram one, which is quite big for what I needed for night tonight. Yeah, it's a bit too big. Also, a collapsible kettle. So I'll be giving that a whirl today. Seeing how we get on with that. And a collapsible mug. Collapses down to about there, but it's I believe 350 ml. Yeah, liquid silicone, so should be okay for hot cups of tea. Right, let's get a bit of water in. Can put a little bit extra in because I'm going to boil it later. Got myself a some noodles. So, oops. Right. Lighter gas. Action. Sound like a film director. Voila. Right, while that's boiling, get me Yorkshire out. Yorkshire tea bag. Never leave home without them. In there. Brought these creamers with me as per the first video I did, first camping. Oops. Should have set the timer to see how long this water took to boil. Stick that back in there, sweeten that. Giving up on sugar, but yeah, I'm actually looking forward to camping out up here. Views are absolutely brilliant. I've got at least a 180 degrees. So from there all the way around to behind me. See Scotland the distance, the mainland, Evia. Such a clear night. Bit hazy, but yeah, can't have everything. Oh, I did bring myself a little treat. Well, I actually brought the box of them. I think these little midges are coming out now. Must have heard I had chocolate. I am interested to see how this tent holds up in really bad weather. I mean, I've not even got any guidelines out. Not that the tent came with guidelines. It's come with places to attach, but yeah. The pegs, 4 pegs put down, and the rods gives it structure. It's rock solid. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't need to test it out tonight on my second camp. I've been doing a little bit of scouting around the island in the last week, and I found another probably 3-4 locations that's got a reasonable view, bit of a flat space to pitch a tent. So I do want to try and get out as much as I can in the next month. So when I end up doing the West Highland Way, the end of March, beginning of April, my daughter should be all geared up, right equipment, used to carrying a tent, finding places to pitch, lasting overnight without being frozen. So I've got a month effectively to test out new equipment and so forth, and see what I actually decide on taking. Problem with getting equipment where I'm at, I mean, I live on an island, so everything takes a lot longer to get here. I mean, I have ordered a couple of pieces for the UK, so when I get back mid-March, probably get out a couple of overnight camps before we do the full walk. I ordered myself OEX, is it the Phantom 400 sleeping bag. Comfort rating's about -1 or 1 degrees, I believe. It's mummy style, so might be a little bit tighter than the one I've got at the moment, but yeah, the one I've got at the moment is not brilliant. I mean, it was just a cheap Temu special. I think I paid €10 for it. But yeah, got my thermals on tonight, so I should be okay. And I believe the temperature's only dropping down to about 12 degrees. Should be sleeping in shorts. But yeah, and I've ordered a new sleeping pad. I don't even remember what the name of that is, but I think it's got an R rating of 4.8, I think. So hopefully that should be a lot better. So, how are we doing with this kettle? We're getting there. Not sure if anybody watching has ever been to Skiathos. Be interesting. Leave a comment. Let me know if you have been. What you liked about it. What you thought was the best beach. I believe there's about 60 on the island. I think I've seen probably about 30 of those. Not really a beach goer, go and sit in the beach for hours and hours. I do when my family's here and the kids are here and grandkids. But I'd rather be up here in the hills. Right, I think we're getting a good head of steam here. So we'll turn that gas off. Drop my kettle. Give it a couple of seconds to stop bubbling. And then we shall try and pour. It survived. Right, put that down somewhere safe. And not sure how you tip this. Got a kettle spout on it. Alright, that works for me. Little spork, spoon and fork. Alright, I should let that brew a little bit. Yeah. Feels weird sitting up here on your own. I mean, when I'm out walking, it's an activity. I'm doing something. When you're camping, especially if you're camping on your own, who do you talk to? Talk to the viewers. But yeah, it does feel really weird. That sun still got a little bit to go down. When it does, I'll turn the camera around and might be able to get a good video of it. Well, I'm going to drink my cup of tea. I'm going to have my chocolate biscuit, my protein bar, and I will come back to you when I'm all snuggled down in my tent, and this time I've got a better light. You might be able to see me. Okay, catch you at bedtime. Well, I'll come back. I'm now in my tent. The sun has set. Still a little bit light outside, but thought I'd come in, make myself comfortable, have me my dinner, some soba noodles, nice and spicy, keep me hot. As you can see, I'm in the light. I'm in the light. Yeah, brought a bit more lighting with me this time, so I can actually see me. But yeah, it's not the best source of light. If you want me to show you what it is, it's a security light on my garden. Oops. But guess what? It works. You can see me. Yeah, I had a couple of spare ones, solar powered. Don't know how long it's going to last, but got the old head torch as well. I need to see in the middle of the night. But I'm hoping not to get out of the tent until tomorrow morning. So, yeah, didn't sleep well last night. Trying to edit the video. And my laptop that I was doing on was just was playing up so much. The thing is, the files were spilling half of this down me. The files were so big because I actually do record quite a lot. That, and for a stupid thing, I saved the files to a OneDrive. So every time I wanted a file, it had to download to the laptop. I use it, and then it goes back to the OneDrive, or it comes off the laptop. So I sat all day. I edited a file. I got it ready. It was converted into one long video, and it crashed because it said I didn't have enough space on my laptop. So I've come up with a better solution to edit videos. Because half the enjoyment of doing these walks and these campings is actually recording the videos and editing. I'm quite enjoying it. So to find a better way to edit the files before I upload them, and plus store them, so if I ever need to look at them again or go back through the data. So if anybody YouTubers out there or seasoned professionals got any advice with what they do, I'm all ears. Let me know before I go out and buy a new computer and waste more money. But I suppose it's no waste if I'm enjoying doing it. I don't want to get frustrated doing it and then not enjoy what I'm actually doing. Alright, the lights keeps falling down. Maybe you need to get one of those ring lights, a professional studio background, and we just pretend, do it from my living room, pretend I'm out in the countryside. Well, actually, I haven't even left the house. Yeah. I was also looking today of other places I can go and hike, and I'm going to plan a trip over to Skopelos, the neighbouring island. It's quite bigger than this, Skiathos. I've only ever been once, and that was just to the town, but there's a lot of areas like this, open countryside, and less populated. So I'm going to plan a 2-day trip, overnight stay camping. But do we do it as my next camping trip, or do I do a few more on Skiathos? The thing is, if I go to Skopelos and do it, when I get there and it's pouring down, or it's windy, or I'm a bit snooked, I'm just going to have to stay in the tent. So I suppose in a way that could be a good thing, couldn't it? Means I have to do it. Right, I'll stick that there so don't knock it over. A bit of water left in it, sort that out in the morning. My lips are all spicy. So yeah, let's hold the light. Got a blow pillow, which is it's pretty good. soft material. I put down one of these foil mats I got. 14cm pad, very thin sleeping bag. Feels like a one season summer sleeping bag. Yeah, that's my setup for tonight. And I think, oh, sorry, we'll edit that bit out. Oh. The tent is quite roomy, do you know that? I mean, it's a 2-person tent. I mean, the tent I'm just getting the Durston X Mid Solid 2. I mean, I think that's a little bit wider than this. It might be about the same footprint, just a bit of on a diagonally. And all the reviews are saying it's really good tent. Decided to go for the solid. Yeah, I do like me warm, so especially on some of the longer trips. If I'm in the UK, you can't guarantee the weather. I think here, because I'm going to do a lot of Greece this year, so much on the mainland I'd like to go and see. I'd like to go up to Mount Olympus, do that as a day trip, hiking trip. The Pelion Way, like I've said, 170 kilometres, which is about a 11 day hike, because you're up and down the mountains. Skoplos, as I've already just said. Alonissus, next island after Skoplos. I've been there about a year ago. We went stayed overnight, had a ride around the island on a scooter, see some of the beaches, see some of the sights, but again, that was more just to check out what the walking trails were like. But yeah, I could probably do that, go to Alonissus, do a bit of hiking. I actually believe there's a campsite, the only campsite in the Sporades Islands, so I might look that up, see when that's open, and yeah, maybe settle down in a proper campsite and then just hike every day from there, use that as my base. I mean, the island's not huge, so I can do a out and back. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting over to the mainland this summer and doing a few hikes and a few camping. I also I ride a motorbike when I'm back in the UK, and even when I'm here on the island. And I did last summer. I rode from the UK all the way down to Greece. Stayed here about a month and a half, and then rode the bike back. Really good, but I stayed in hotels. Plus, it was a little bit out of season. It was early March, so coming through Europe. Wasn't the warmest, the driest months, but I'd like to do it again. I'd like to go from here over to the UK and camp. Yeah, you know, ride a few hours, camp overnight, ride a few more, get to see a lot more of the sights. I mean, the bike I have in the UK is a Triumph Tiger 1050, but I have a Honda Transalp here, an old Honda Transam, and the decision is do I fly back to the UK and ride the Triumph back here and then fly back, drive it back, or do I take the Transalp from here and go to the UK and ride it back? And I think I'm looking more towards the Transalp. I love the Tiger, but for what I want to do and how I want to travel, I think it's a bit overpowered for what you need. I mean, I enjoyed the ride there and back last year, but since I've got the Transalp, it's a little bit lighter. It's not as powerful, but I mean, the faster you go, the less you see. So, and I want to see a lot more the countries I go through, and I want to camp. So, yeah, I think I'm persuading myself to take the Transalp. Just got to make sure it's solid before I leave. But anyhow, it's slowly getting dark outside. If you want to show you a quick look, it probably just shows up on here as if it's still light. There you go. The sun's already set. You're just catching the last rays. Ooh, spooky. Oops. Alright, close that up. Close the inner up. And I'm gonna chill. Good morning. Well, good morning. It's 4:30, and the wind's picked up. The wind's taken a little bit of a battering. Yeah. But seems to be holding up okay. This is exciting. Supposed to be light winds today. What can I say? Another few hours and I'll be up. Catch sunrise. But until then, I'm just gonna snuggle back up. Let's try and get a couple of hours more kip. Catch you later. Well, good morning. It's 7 o'clock. It's still very blustery. I had a good night. Good few hours. But I'm just about to go out and see what the weather's like. Ooh. Well, that doesn't look like a sunny day, does it? I think I'm going to have a sunrise. Pull that down a bit. Yeah, sunrise supposed to be in 10 minutes. Well, tent's held up. Got battered this right corner. Yeah, everything looks okay. View this morning. So, second day camping. What do I think? It's bloody freezing! Yeah, it's been a good night. Listeners' music. The wind's been hitting the sides of the tent and then dropping for a couple of minutes, then again. It's been like that since about 2 o'clock this morning. Had a little bit of rain as well. Wasn't long, it was only about 10 minutes worth. I think it was just a light shower, but I mean, today is meant to be clear and warm and sunny. I think someone forgot to tell the weatherman. Right, I'm going to get back in my tent. I say it's only about 7 o'clock, so I'm going to make myself a little cup of tea, vestibule, and wait till it brightens up a little bit before I head back down. But yeah, I leave you with the views of the windy trees. Right, I'm all packed up. Keep the woolly hat on. Oh, head torch. Don't need that. It's not dark anymore. Stick that in the pocket out of the way so I don't lose it. Right, that's better. Half presentable. Right, it's been a fun night. It's my camping spot for the night. Nice and clean, leave no trace, take all my rubbish with me. Right, I'm going to head back down the trail now. Got probably about 2.5-3 kilometres. Get back to the road. It's very windy out here today. I don't know if you can tell by the trees. But yeah, get a bit of this camping lark. There is still a couple of things I need to improve on. What do I need? Lighter pack. As I say, once I've got the new tent and sleeping bag, sleeping pad, I think that should really improve my sleeping condition and that. But just little things. Gas canister, proper connector. As I say, I've got one of those small BRS stoves, so they're tiny. Got that and a small gas canister. That should be a lot lighter. What else? Bag for rubbish. I mean, I brought a bag that had all my bits and pieces in. But then last night, nightmare. Sat and had me pot noodle, or me soba noodles, gave it the correct name. Finished it, and there was about 1/2 centimetre of water left in it. And I put the lid back on it, and then I put it over to one side of the tent out the way because it was a bit dark and windy. I thought, oh, I'll get rid of that in the morning. And then I decided to rearrange the inside of the tent and knocked the thing over, which then I didn't realise, which means it all spilled out. I managed to wipe most of it up because I had tissues and that with me, but I could smell the noodle sauce all evening. But I'll give the tent a good clean when I get back home. Yeah, so what else? No, I think that was it. I mean, I went to bed early. I think it was pitch black by 7 o'clock. But I had a late night the night before, so I think I was due to sleep. So I had a good few hours. Got woken up about 2:30. The tent rocking and rolling. The wind. But thankfully, tent's built like a rock. I mean, it flapped a little bit, but that was, I think that was just the door. There's 2 doors on the tent, and I was using one, and where I'd pitched the tent, the wind was coming in on one corner of the door I wasn't using, one corner of the tent, so the wind was getting under the tent a little bit, and that door was flapping. I did get out in the middle of the night and tighten it a little bit and put a peg, but the thing with the Cosmeteo tent is the fly sheet doesn't reach the ground, so you've got about 2 or 3 inches all the way around it, which means the wind can get under it. As I say, it's more of a 3-season tent rather than a 4-season. I mean, during the summer tent would be perfect, you know, got lots of air to get under it. But I wasn't as cold last night, but then again the temperatures weren't as low. I mean, once I got wrapped up, sleeping bag, yeah, I could feel the breeze coming through a little bit, but wasn't cold as I was the first time I camped. But it's all learning lessons, and the more I camp, the more I learn, and I will learn. But yeah, I'm gonna just negotiate these little bits, these rocks. As I said, there was a little bit of rain yesterday, so rocks are a little bit damp and slippy. And the last thing I want to do with a big heavy bag after a successful camp is fall and bloody break my leg or ankle. So I'll catch you further along the trail. Dreams. What do you think of dreams? Can you explain them? I've had 2 dreams, weird dreams, on both camping trips. My first ever wild camping trip, I had a weird dream. I was look across the valley. I camped, if you watched my video, in the grounds of a chapel, and I had this weird dream. I was lying in my tent and lying on my sleeping pad, and then all of a sudden I just floated out of the tent on the sleeping pad, and I was going around the chapel, and there was looked like 3-4 monks all dressed in brown with hoods up, trying to reach up to me, and I kept saying, "It's a dream, it's a dream, it's a dream, it's a dream, it's a dream." And suddenly I was back in the tent, and I thought, wow, that was such a weird dream. Only suddenly to be pulled back out of the tent 100 miles an hour to hover above the monks saying, "We want your power, we want your power." Then I woke up. Now, that's not spooky. Don't know what is. Someone can explain that to me. Put it in the comments. And then last night, even weirder. Well, weirder. Fell asleep last night, and could hear the wind, and I was lying in the tent, and I had my back to the door. I always sleep on my side, so I was lying on the side, my back to the door, and all of a sudden this large figure ripped open the door, jumped in and wrapped his arm around me to like hold me down, and didn't panic as much as I thought I would have, but I managed to grab hold of his hand that he wrapped around me, and I started twisting his fingers round and round and round until he released his grip, and I spun round and he was gone, and I woke up. So again, not sure what that meant, but love to know in the comments. As I say, I don't normally dream, and if I do, it's usually pretty nice ones. But my third camping trip, when I plan it, I'll see if I have any other weird ones, and if I do, someone trying to tell me not to camp. Well, I'm telling you this spooky stories. I'm heading through quite a dark bit of this forest, although it looks light on the camera. Trust me, it's only getting darker. Another possible campsite I looked at when I walked this trail was just down here. This bit slopes, but just here, a little bit of a longer grass. It's flat. Pitch here, and that would be my view across the valley. What do you think? Should I give that one a go, or should I go to another part of the island? As I say, I haven't really done a lot of the walks over the west on this channel, so I'm going to do that beginning of the week and head over towards Kookenaries and so forth. I mean, I've done the walk around Delania Beach and Kookenaries and so forth, but I've not actually really looked for places to camp. So yeah, should do that. Maybe give you a bit different view. Maybe even find a pitch near the beach. That'd be nice. Well, it'd be nice if it wasn't as windy as it was last night. Yeah, I think if I'm close to the beach and it was that windy, the tent will be put through its paces. But I think it would hold up. Rave about it. I mean, I'm raving about the tent. As I say, first tent in 40 years. I can remember when it used to be almost like a sheet of thin cotton. We used to put up 2 sticks, wigwam type, or the old scout type tent. Used to wake up in the morning, tent was soaking wet, you were freezing, heading home. Mother wouldn't let you back in the house until a decent hour. Yeah, I remember those days well. Probably why I've never camped since. Why is it when you walk along these trails, you're always thinking you're going uphill, but when you come back the other way, you're not, because you're still heading back uphill, but you're on the same trail. Yeah, I don't understand that. Oh, here comes the rain. The rain that wasn't forecasted. Oh, I think I'm under tree cover now until I hit the main road. So hopefully I can avoid getting wet. I mean, all my bags, all my equipment is all in dry bags, so not sure how waterproof this rucksack is. But if it gets wet, it gets wet. As I say, all my bedding and everything, spare clothes and whatnot, are all in dry bags, along with my electronics. Even my bag of Haribos that I didn't eat last night. Glad I didn't. If I'd had them last night, I wouldn't have got to sleep. I've been high on sugar, so means I can have them later today. I sat with my feet up, watching a bit of television, a bit of YouTube, see how the experts do camping. Plus, it's Sunday today. Well, it's Sunday when I'm recording this, and it's Sunday when you're watching it. But yeah, so day of rest. Who'd imagine 20 years ago I'd be spending my Saturday night on the top of a mountain in a tent on my own on Valentine's Day in the wind and the rain. Probably the wife. I don't know. She lets me get away with a lot. So yeah, I don't mind the odd bit of having a go at me and whatnot. Hey, got to allow each other to get away with these little things in a relationship. Can't be always me. You know, I did hear once an analogy of a relationship described as it's never 50-50. If you go into a relationship thinking 50-50, it's not going to last, because certain days, you know, you might need 80% of your partner's attention, and they might only need 20%, and then the following day it might be the other way around. So if you go in with an attitude of everything has to be 50-50, then you're already setting yourself up for a bit of a fall. Sorry, I'm just watching where I'm going. This little path, a little bit of water in it. So yeah, there's a bit of a relationship advice. It's actually my anniversary in a couple of days. 32 years. Oh my God. I'd have been out on parole a few years ago, but bumped her off. Oh well, love it a bit. Right, enough of the stoppy stuff. I'm going to continue up this trail. It seems to be going uphill again. I don't remember this many downhills. I think the farmers had a go at these olive trees, cut them all back. I always thought it would kill all the trees, but what I understand helps them grow back a lot better. There's something wrong with them in the first place, they've got a disease or not. They cut them right back, new branches and everything grow, and then they get the olives to grow back. Well, I'm not far off the end of this trail, so if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, still give me a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, really appreciate it. And yeah, if you've got any comments, especially about my dreams or about me camping, love to hear. As I said, everybody's learning. I'm learning the most about camping and that, so I'd really appreciate any advice you give me, and I'll catch you in the next one. This has been John. Thanks for watching me hike a road.